Hi, so you've watched this video, and this video, and you decided that you want to try the spiritual journey, or you're already on the spiritual journey, but you've hit a bump on the road and you don't know what to do now. Have no fear, Judy's here. So, I'm going to share a few of my experiences, a few of my thoughts, and a few things that I do on my spiritual, that I have used on my spiritual journey, because that is the way I have learned my lessons. That is the way life has taught me my lessons, and I don't know any other way to put it. So, now you're doing the work, but it's hard and you're stuck. So, what to do now? Let's talk about some of the areas or some of the reasons we might feel blocked or we might feel stuck. Number one, people really testing our patience. When we start the spiritual journey or when we get onto the spiritual path, people expect that because you're spiritual or because you're trying to be spiritual, that you need to be kind to everybody and you need to be tolerant and accepting to everything. This is a myth. It is not true. You need to understand that while we are spiritual beings having a human experience, at the same time, somewhere we are also human beings. So we will tend to act or react as human beings. So when people are testing your patience, you need to act matured. You need to understand which situation requires you to turn around and retaliate, and which situation requires for you to just ignore and move on. Don't let people trigger you. Understand that you are on a path, understand your journey, understand your aim, your goal, understand what you are trying to do, and don't let anybody take you off that path, no matter how much your patience is being tested. Number two, you think you're screwing up or you've screwed up. Forgive yourself, because again, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. It is not possible that we would act like gods and be like gods. Somewhere there is a human being in all of us, and we are going to act like human being. So whenever you think that you have screwed up, whenever you think you've made a mistake, whenever you think that you have acted in a way that you shouldn't have, or you reacted in a way that you shouldn't have, but you also realize that there was no way for you to control yourself in that moment, people really pushed your buttons, people really triggered you, and you lashed out. Forgive yourself for those moments and move on. Make a conscious effort that you either don't put yourself in a situation like that, or when you notice the situation, you walk out. But if you happen to face another situation like that and you do react in the same way, forgive yourself and move on. We need to release any kind of guilt while on this journey. Guilt weighs us down, and we do not want that. Number three, always be aware of the God syndrome. It is possible on this path where we are trying to be the nicer person or the bigger person, we might feel like we have a God syndrome. We might feel like we are the better person, and we might think down about other people or look down at other people. So always be aware that you are not displaying God syndrome. You need to be very tolerant on this journey. What we need to understand is not everybody is choosing this path. Not everybody understands things like the way you understand things, and that is absolutely okay. We all don't need to be spiritual to be a good human being. The most important thing is to be a good human being, right? So it doesn't matter if somebody else chooses the spiritual path or not. We don't need to look down at them. We just need to understand where they are coming from, be matured about their opinions. Everybody is welcome to have an opinion and share their opinion. There is really nothing much that we can do in this case. We cannot really control it. So the best thing we can do is to understand, accept, and move on from there. Number four, you don't know whether the things that you are doing is the right thing or the wrong thing. One thing we really need to understand here is there is no right and there is no wrong. Right and wrong is a human concept. So, what could be right to me might be wrong to you. So, no two people will ever see right and wrong in the exact same way. So instead of thinking about whether you are right or whether you are wrong, think about how your actions and your decisions are making you feel. How is it raising your vibration? Do you feel good? Do you feel guilt free? Do you feel happy about the choices and the decisions? Say, suppose you were in an argument with somebody and somebody said something really mean to you, and you really wanted to react to that person and you really wanted to tell them off and you really wanted to maybe abuse them also, but you also at the same time realize there's no point because it's just going to extend the argument. It's just going to make you feel frustrated. They're never going to understand no matter what you say. So you choose to walk away in that situation. You choose to keep quiet, let them think whatever they want to think, and you just walk away and put an end to the situation. You might, while others might tell you, why did you let it go? Why did you let them talk to you in that way? Or why did you let them behave with you in that way? It doesn't matter what other people are telling you. Do you think you did the right thing? Do you feel good about it? Do you feel like it is a good thing that you never invested your energy in bringing somebody down or bringing yourself down? Then it is the right thing for you. Number 5, no one understands you and there is really nobody you can talk to about your journey. This was a major area of difficulty, a major area of struggle for me on my spiritual journey, where I was so excited about the things that was happening. I was so excited about the knowledge I was receiving, and I really wanted to talk to people and tell them, this is what is happening, this is how it is. You should try this, and this is something that happened to me. But there was nobody that I could talk to because people looked at me as crazy, or they didn't understand what I was saying, or they were just not interested in the topic at all. And I felt very left out during my on the journey, and I had nobody else to fall back on but myself. And I had to get used to the fact that nobody understands, and I don't need to talk to people and tell them about it. There are people that are very lucky to be born into families where you can talk to the next person understands, they've all had the similar experiences, or you have friends that you can talk to, they are trying the same journey, they have similar experiences, you have people around you, maybe a community that you can talk to. But not all of us are fortunate, definitely not me. So for those of you that are like me, and if you feel very frustrated about this, something that really kept me going on my journey, or something that really helped me on my journey, was YouTube. Because when I had doubt in my mind, I went to YouTube, I searched those topics, and I listened to talk shows, I listened to people's opinions, and then from there I used my own logic to those topics and those discussions, and I understood what I needed to take, what I needed to leave, what made sense and what didn't make sense to me. So this is how I got through. Number 6, you feel like maybe this path isn't for you, it's too difficult, there is no proof. Everybody says you're wrong, everybody says you're wasting your time. That's something you're gonna hear a lot. Everybody saying you're wasting your time. Um, at this point, I just want to tell you, this is a very personal journey, and if it makes you happy, do it. If it does not make you happy and these questions are too much for you to handle, then again the choice is totally yours, because the whole journey is based on this point, that if you believe it is, then it is, and if you believe it isn't, then it isn't. There really isn't anything more to it. It is all about faith, it is all about trust, it is all about belief. And it might really not be faith and trust and belief in somebody above or a god or a creator. It is faith and trust and belief in who we are as human beings, or who we are as that soul, and us wanting to explore the limitations of our own soul and our own being, and us wanting to see who we really are, what we can really be, how far we can go with this journey, because it will test you in every twist and turn. Every minute of the day is a test on this journey. So I hope that this video is going to be that person talking to you, or that person kind of helping you. If there's this is what I can think of. To me, it's so much of a feeling rather than words, that I find it very difficult to express it into words, but I needed a way to bring my feelings out into words. So this is the best that I think I can do. If there is anything more that you would like to know, then please leave a comment, and maybe I will talk about that through my experience on those topics, if that is something that I have gone through. For now, I hope you will remember these points on your journey. If you ever do hit that bump, or whenever you hit that bump, or if you are already at that point, I hope this video will act as a reminder to you to stay on the journey, stay strong, challenge yourself every day. I think it's nice to see how far we can go, and what we're really made of. It doesn't matter whether somebody else says how strong or how beautiful or how nice or how energetic you are. When you know it for yourself who you really are, nobody else's opinion can ever lift you up or bring you down. You just get so grounded in your own self and the knowledge of your own self. And I don't think there's anything greater than that. Also, something to remember is the difficulties that we face on this journey, the difficulties that we face on a day-to-day basis. And not just the journey, even if you're somebody that hasn't chosen the journey, and life is just difficult, or you face difficulties on a daily basis, something to remember is these difficulties are basically opportunities for us to prove to ourselves who we are, prove to ourselves who we are and what we're made of, how strong we can actually be, how we can pull ourselves out of situations, how far we can go when push comes to shove. And it really is just a growing opportunity. Every difficulty that we face is an opportunity to grow individually, personally, and spiritually. Also, something that is very important on this journey, and something that helps us through this journey, is self introspection. Always find the time to self introspect. It has to be done on a daily basis. To me, it's become such a habit that I wouldn't say once a day, but it's like so many times throughout the day. But if you can at least take out one time in the day, every day, to sit down and think back about your day and your actions and your choices and your decisions, and how you felt and didn't feel about those things. It's very important for us to self introspect, so that we are able to be answerable to ourselves, and we are able to take responsibility for our own actions. So self introspect helps us bring in that sense of responsibility. It helps us understand ourselves a lot more, the way we reacted, and the way we could have acted and reacted. Once we get used to self introspection, it allows us to live more consciously. It allows us to be conscious every waking moment of our day. Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to leave you with a really short prayer. This is something that I've come up with on my own. I made up on my own for myself, and I did share it with a friend who told me that it really worked for her. and she saw the effects of it from the day she started using it. These are my own words. Feel free to add your own words, or you don't have to say it word for word. Just understand the the meaning of the prayer, what I'm trying to get at in the prayer, the intention for the prayer. Right? So, dear God, please take over my body, mind, heart, and soul, so that all my thoughts, words, and deeds may be in alignment with your will and my soul's purpose here on earth. Make it so that even my errors might be in alignment with your plan. This I ask, so mote it be, and so it is. These words are said with utmost sincerity, even on your bad days, will show you the light, will show you a way. Always, when you say this prayer, always remember that everything that you are doing, even if you feel like it is not the right thing, even if you feel like you're confused and you don't know what to do, or maybe you made a mistake, remember the words of the prayers that even your mistakes will be in alignment with the plan. So keep having that trust that whatever you're doing in your day to day, when you allow Spirit to take over you, trust that whatever you do in your day to day, you are being guided by your angels, your guides, to get you through, to do what is necessary for you to be doing in that moment, in that time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.